Hello, welcome back. In this video, we are going to learn about electronic mail as a part of application program of the application layer. So let's look at the agenda. We will look into the architecture of electronic mail, or popularly known as email. Then the protocol that is used for electronic mail, that is SMTP or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. After that, enhanced version of SMTP, which is known as MIME, Multipurpose Internet Mail Extension. Then we will touch upon web-based mail. Let's understand the architecture with the help of 4 scenarios. Here there is a scenario 1 where the sender and the receiver of email are both on the same systems, and we will need here 2 user agents. So here we can see here that there is a system. Let's say the system is system A and the sender is here and the receiver is here. So they belong to the same system. So the sender will need a user agent. So UA stands for the user agent. With the help of the user agent, the sender can create the email. It goes to the system and can be received by the receiver with the help of the user agent. This is scenario 1. This is the simplest case. Let's understand scenario 2. Here, the sender and the receiver of email are on different systems. So here we will need 2 user agents and 1 pair of MTAs or message transfer agent. So here we can see here that there is a system A and there is another system B. Let's say this is the system mail server of A, which is a client. We can see this is a client and this is the server. It is having another system mail server. So it will need 1 user agent at this site to create the electronic mail. And since the receiver is on the other side and not on the same system, it has to go through the internet and then to the system mail server of site B. So there is a requirement of MTA or message transfer agent. So the responsibility of MTA is to transfer the message that has been created by user agent through the internet to the other side. At the receiving end, here again, the MTA will receive it and send it to the system. From there, it goes to the user agent, which can retrieve the message and read the message. So here we have a pair of UAs and 1 pair of MTAs. Next scenario is 3, where the sender is connected to the mail server via the LAN or the WAN. So here we will need 2 user agents and 2 pairs of MTAs. Let's see how it is done. So here we can see this is the sender side. The sender has the user agent which will create the mail. It goes to the MTA and now the sender is connected to the mail server via the LAN or the WAN. So here this MTA at the client end will go via the LAN and the WAN to MTA of this is the server. So MTA of the server goes to MTA of the client of the mail server. Then from here it goes through the internet and goes to the mail server of the receiver. So this is the receiver and this is the sender. So here, since the receiver is directly connected to the mail server, so 1 MTA is enough. So that MTA will transfer the message and the user agent at this site will retrieve the message. Let us understand scenario 4 here. Here both the sender and the receiver are connected to their mail servers via the LAN and the WAN. So here we will need 2 UAs, 2 pairs of MTAs and 1 pair of MAAs or message access agents. So here we can see that as usual we have the UA. It is connected to the MTA. The MTA then goes via the LAN and the WAN. It goes to the MTA of the system server. From there, it goes to the MTA of the system client. It goes via the internet to the mail server of the other side. This is side B, this is side A. So the client retrieves the mail and then it goes to message access agent. This message access agent will transfer it via the LAN and WAN to its client. So this is the MA server. So this will be the MA client, and from there it can go to the user agent of side B. So these are the 4 scenarios which explains the architecture of electronic mail. We can see here that this is very complex in nature. Now let us understand the method of push and pull. You see here the MT at the client side is pushing its message to MT at the server. So here. And what is the work of MAA client and MAA server? This MAA client is pulling the message from MAA server. So with the help of this push and pull mechanism, the entire architecture of electronic mail operates. Now the user agent responsibilities are manifold. It is used for composing the message, creating the header and the body. It is used for reading the messages. It is used for replying to the messages. Replying to the messages means the message is replied back to the sender. So here the sender and the receiver is there. Receiver is receiving the message and then it can reply back the message back to the sender. Forwarding the message means the sender has sent a message to the receiver. The receiver will send the message to third parties. Then it can also handle the mailboxes as to structure it, what are the important messages that are coming, and to also structure the spam folder and all other folders that are there in the electronic mail. Now there are 2 types of user agents. One is the command driven user agent, which is of the older type, and the newer type is the GUI based user agent. For the command driven user agent, a simple command of single lines were used, but GUI based user agent has several buttons with the help of which it can create the message and do all the necessary activities. Now some of the examples of command driven user agents are Mail, Pine and Elm, and GUI based user agents are Eudora, Outlook and Netscape. Let us now turn our attention to the most important protocol of electronic mail, which is the SMTP. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Here there is a sender side and there is a receiver side. Let's say for scenario 4, we have seen that the sender is connected to its mail server through LAN and WAN. So here from the sender to the mail server, we have to use the SMTP protocol. From the mail server, it goes via the internet to the mail server of the recipient. There also we will use the SMTP. Now this receiver is connected to its mail server through LAN and WAN. Here you see here, these are other push protocols where we will use the push protocol. But here we have to use either POP3, which is Post Office Protocol, or IMAP 4. At the same time, this is also known as the pull protocol. So we have already learned about the push and the pull protocol. Some of the responses of SMTP are, this is hello, which is used to get the sender's host name. Mail from is sender of message. RCP TTO is intended recipient. Data is the body of the message. Then VRFY is recipient name is getting verified. EXPN is expansion of the trailing list. Help is the command name, and all others are having some of the description of the responses. Now, responses for positive completion reply are, if it is 211, it means the system status. 214 is the health message. 220 is the service ready message. 221 is service closing transmission channel. 250 is request command completion. 251 is user not local. Then some of the responses of positive immediate reply is 354, which means start of mail input. And there is again a transient negative completion reply, which means if it is 421, it means service is unavailable. 450 means mailbox is unavailable. 451 means command is aborted due to some local error happening. 452 means command is aborted due to insufficient storage. Let's now turn our attention to MIME, which is Multipurpose Internet Mail Extension. The block diagram representation shows that we have the user here at site A and again a user here at site B. So it is connected to the user agent. User agent can handle non-ASCII code. So MIME is mainly responsible for handling non-ASCII code. So the non-ASCII code which goes to the MIME protocol, the MIME converts it to 7-bit NVT ASCII. It goes to the MT or message transfer agent. The 7-bit NVT ASCII goes through the internet and goes to the MTA of the receiver. So the 7-bit NVT ASCII goes to the MIME protocol. The MIME converts it back to the non-ASCII code. It goes to the user agent of the site B, and the user can get hold of the mail. Web-based mail. Many a times there are various websites which allow web-based mail, which means that if you log into their websites, if you visit their website, there is a possibility that you will be able to access their email. So the example is you can have Google, you can have Yahoo, you can even have Hotmail. For Google, we have the Gmail, which is very much famous. For Yahoo, we have the Yahoo Mail, which is also very famous. To summarize, in this video, we have learned about the architecture of electronic mail by considering 4 scenarios. We have understood Simple Mail Transfer Protocol or SMTP, the architecture of SMTP. We have understood Multipurpose Internet Mail Extension. Or the MIME. We have understood about web-based mail, which is Yahoo, Google, or Hotmail, etc. Thank you.